Hey everyone, my name is Jeff, and in today's video I'm going to be taking apart the back tail lights of my 2022 Toyota Sienna, showing you how you can replace your burnt out turn signal blinker lights as well as your reverse backup lights that are in the hatchback that goes up and down, showing you what bulbs you're going to need to replace those with and giving you some great info. So let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do is open the back hatch to get access to these areas. So this removal process is similar if you've got a comparable year to the 2022 Toyota Sienna. So if you've got an earlier or a later year, the process is very similar if it looks like this. There are two bolts right here. They are 10 millimeter, so I'm using a 10 millimeter socket. You could use a socket wrench. I'm using an impact wrench here just to speed things up. I'm going to take out these two bolts. There's another one down here, but really you just need to worry about taking these two out to loosen this up. So with those bolts removed, I can then get one of my hands over around the I guess the front of this tail light, and I can just use the palm of my hand to gently pound this. I can also grip the back part of this and help maneuver this. Essentially you're pushing it straight backwards, and that's going to pop it out. That actually popped out real easy. So once you have this popped out, you're going to have to hold on to this with one hand. I wouldn't recommend that you just let this hang because that's not good for all the wiring that's back here. You want to be careful as you're maneuvering this. You don't damage any of this wiring because then you're going to have problems. And I'm just going to try and re-maneuver this. I want to let you guys know real quick that this video is part of a series of videos I've done on how to do maintenance and other fun things to your Toyota Sienna. You can check out all those other videos I've done, like how to replace the battery in your key fob, how to program your garage door opener, replacing different taillights, headlights, things like that. Those will all be in my playlist, which will be popping up at the end of this video. Our turn blinker bulb is up top here, but again, I flipped this 180 just to give better view of it. It's got these little nubs on it, or tabs, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get my fingers around those. We're going to do a quarter turn counterclockwise. That frees up this socket, allows me to pull it out with our bulb. From this point, I'm just going to get my fingers around the sides of this bulb, and I'm going to go ahead and start rocking it back and forth side to side until I can feel it starting to come loose. It pops right out. This particular bulb is a WY21W. It's a 12 volt halogen bulb. I will leave links down in the video description as to where you can pick up some more of these if you'd like. When you are ready to replace your bulb, go ahead, grab your new bulb, and we're going to go ahead and just in reverse do what we did. I'm just going to kind of push it in, and I'll hear it click to make a secure noise when it's popped in. From this point, I'm going to insert the socket back into the tail light assembly, and then I'm going to do a quarter turn clockwise to lock it back in place. You've got another light that's in the middle, and there's two ways that you can pull this out. One is, again, quarter turn with your hand counterclockwise and pulling this out. This is another LED light assembly, which is this guy right here. This guy is a LR4B LED light, which I will link to down below. You can pop it back in there, quarter turn it clockwise, that inserts it. Flipping this around, there is one more piece here that you just quarter turn counterclockwise, and that pops this out. This gives you access to that last one that's in there. Now this one, when you pull the cap off, has wires that lead down to this piece, and in order to get this out, you'll need to get yourself a small screwdriver. Hard to show you on camera, but with this small screwdriver, there's a black cap and a white socket piece here. I'm just going to gently use this screwdriver to get underneath that white socket piece. There's a little lock clip that I'm going to essentially unlock, get my screwdriver underneath, and I can even use these wires here to help pull this white piece out, and then that pops out. So this right here, this little white piece that I'm pushing on with the screwdriver, that's the clip that I needed to get unlocked in order to loosen up this socket freeing it up from this LED mechanism down here. So with this popped off, if you needed to replace this whole taillight assembly, you could just unhinge this, unscrew this bulb, unscrew your turn blinker bulb, and that frees up this entire plastic piece. You can also reorder one of these guys if this happened to get cracked or damaged. Just pop your bulbs back into that new one. I'm going to go ahead and pop this cap in here and then go ahead and turn this to secure it back on. I'm going to put this back on in reverse from when I took it off, just lining up where those bolts are going to go. There's a little pin at the front of this that I need to make sure goes into the groove here. I'm going to go ahead and push this in snug, reinsert my 2 bolts. And I would do the exact same thing for the other side tail light if I needed to replace the bulb in that. And if you happen to spot a little robot popping up during this video, that's Tinker. I hide him in every one of the videos on this channel. If you're the first person to let me know down in the comments section the correct timestamp, that's the amount of time into this video when he popped up, I will give you a shout out in one of my future videos, as well as put your name on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page. So next I'm going to be replacing the rear backup light, this white one that's in the tail light that's on the hatch. Easiest way to get access to this is go ahead and open up your hatch. So on previous older Toyota Siennas, in order to get access to those bulbs, you had to pry off this back paneling. Since that point, now mine's a 2022, they've made it a lot easier. There's actually an access door right here. And so right next to the speaker that's back here, this little compartment, it's hidden very well, is where you can get access to that bulb. You're going to have to follow the ridge line that's on this, and you'll notice that right here in the corner is just a little nub that you can use to start prying this access hatch off. What I recommend you do is get yourself a trim and molding pry set. Like this one here, you can get them online, you can get them at hardware stores. Again, I'll leave links down in the video description. You're gonna use one of these thin ones like this one to get into that access hatch so you're not scraping or damaging any of the parts of the trim. So I'm gonna find that little notched groove right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my trim tool and just start getting in there, and I'm going to go around and just start prying this off very gently, very loosely. Not a lot of room here for filming, but I'm going to show you as I go inside this little area. The bulb that you're trying to get at is right here, and so what I'm going to do is reach in and do a quarter turn counterclockwise to pull that guy out of there. And then that loosens that up. We're going to pull this out. Here is that reverse backup bulb. So I'm going to go ahead and same thing as those other bulbs, grab gently onto this bulb and shimmy it back and forth until it pops out. So this is an STL 921 bulb, and I'll link to this down below as well if you do want to pick one of these guys up. So if you want to replace with another halogen bulb, you can do that. I actually purchased some LED bulbs that I'm just going to upgrade these reverse backup bulbs too, so I will leave a link down in the video description if you want to check these out. You know, if you're paying a couple of bucks for the halogen bulbs, you're going to use a little bit less power, and these are going to be a little bit brighter, so LED might be the way that you want to go. So same as before, I'm just going to insert this bulb right into the socket, give it a nice snug push, and then we're going to do the same thing, pop this back in there and do a quarter turn clockwise. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my cover back on. I can just press that in there. And then if I need to change the other bulb that's on the other side, I'm going to do the exact same process. So here is the LED reverse backup bulb. Much brighter. It's got more of a cooler white tint than the halogen that was in there. Here's the original halogen white bulb that's in there, more of a warm white. You can see the color difference. It is a little bit dimmer. You can see a comparison here of both of those bulbs. How did the process go for you changing your bulb? Let me know. Were you able to successfully do it down in the comments section below? Did you upgrade to LED bulbs? Let me know that as well. My name is Jeff, and I do appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to check out some of the other Toyota Sienna videos I've done on this channel. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.